Hello, humans. Welcome back to a snowy Michigan farms. Today, we are going to continue with the work on our farm. Last time we went and picked up all of our items from the store. We finished putting lime on all of our fields, which you can't tell anymore because of the snow accumulation. But we got all of our fields cultivated. We got lime put down on all of those fields. We brought some straw back and got that put into our cow barn over here. So our cows have straw and food, which is great. So this is all working really well over here. We picked up this shredder to help us with the straw. So yeah, we're in a really good spot right now. So we did take a bit of a gamble and wait for one more month to February for the sugar beets that we had up in the silo at the train station, and unfortunately the price did drop. We gambled just a little bit too much, but that's okay. We are still going to make a large lump sum of money here selling off those sugar beets, and you can see that the price is going to start dropping. It does say that March it's going to come back up, but I just don't know if we can trust that. So we are going to actually just get up to the train station here and get that train rented. So here we go. We are up here at the train station. We want to go ahead and request that train. So let's see here. All right, train is going to arrive soon. So it is 3.2 kilometers away. So we're just going to wait on that train to get here, and we will then get that filled up with the 300,000+ liters of sugar beet that we still have up here in our silo, and get that transported as soon as possible and bring some more money into the farm. All right, here comes our train. Misjudged it just a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into our train here. I think we have some larger, so we have some larger options behind us. So let's get the menu opened up here rather than using the ones where we've got to open the top. We will just go ahead and start filling into our larger one. So we will find our sugar beets. There we go, 325,000 liters. And you can see we are getting those loaded onto the train here. So it looks like this first cart is going to hold about 100,000 liters or so. So we will get pulled up after this one and get 2 more of these filled up, and we'll be ready to go. So it actually holds 120,000 liters, which is awesome, which means we will be able to only use 3. This is going to be a great start to our February. Bring in quite a bit of money. We do need to buy some equipment for the farm. So there we go, 325,000 liters of sugar beets. So we are going to take off on the train and get this sold. It definitely is quicker to go the other way, but I thought may as well check out the town in the snow and head the long way to get all of this sold off. So no floating snowmen in this water, like by the culvert in our farm. But you can see snow accumulation looks pretty good on Michigan Farms map here. So we are approaching the end of the line. It's going to kick us out. We're going to send it on to Frankenmuth and bring in some money. So here we go. End of the line. All right. Yes, we want to do that. $287,000 of sugar beets on its way to Frankenmuth. $118 to rent the train, which is totally worth it. So we're going to jump back to the farm here and decide what our next step is. Looks like the snow has stopped, so we will see how long the snow stays accumulated here on the farm. But I think let's check and see how the cows are doing. So they could use a little bit of hay, they could use a little bit of straw. So for the time being, let's go ahead and jump into the John Deere and take care of the cows. The cows can definitely go much longer without needing the straw or the food here, but as we don't have much to do on the farm right now, we may as well take care of them while we are thinking about it. Definitely don't want to forget about them. So we will pull into the barn here and start to unload some straw, and we will let them take whatever they want. Alright, that's half of one bale. Alright, so they took almost 2/3 of one bale, so definitely worth taking care of that right now. We'll get this put back over here. And we will get attached to the feed wagon. And get in there and fill up their trough. All right. So we'll get pulled in here. Hopefully we can make this turn. There we go. And let's get some hay loaded into the trough. There we go. So about 25% of the trailer here is what they took. So again, cows are taken care of for the foreseeable future. So I think what we are actually going to do, let's jump into the menu and see if there's anything on sale that we need. So we've got a couple tractors, a seeder, don't need a header, we already own that, and that doesn't have the amount of power that we want. So nothing that we're really looking for in there, but we are going to go ahead and, since we just brought in all that money, we want to go ahead and purchase this large forage mixer wagon so that we can create total mixed ration to feed our cows. So we're going to go ahead and get this purchased, and that'll be ready at the store for us in the near future. So we still have a bunch of hay left here on the field. We've got quite a bit of silage already being created here in our silo. So we've got over 170,000 liters of silage. And then we just need to sort out the other ingredients, and I think we'll be good to go for creating that total mixed ration. But you can see our cows are at 100% health, which is great. So they're just not as effective as they could be, but we definitely want to get that up to 100%. You can see that they're producing slurry. We've got the milk being produced. So everything is in a good spot right now. But for the time being, not much that we can actually do. The only thing that we can plant right now is cotton, which we don't want to do. Let's see, do we have any? We've got a cultivating contract, which we could do to bring in some extra money, but field 16 is one of the larger fields on the map, so I think what we're going to do is just progress on to March so that we can start doing some planting work on our farm. So the animals are taken care of, and that is really all that we have to do here in February. So let's go ahead. Well, let's just make sure that there's nothing else that we have that's ready to be sold. So just our soybeans, and that's not till the middle of the summer. All right, so we are going to get up here and rest and take us into March. All right, so you can see we have moved on to March, and the weather is beautiful. So we've got sunshine, and we will check out what we have to do. So let's jump in here and check out our fields. So we've got that canola growing down there. That is still growing. Still got a few stages until that's ready. And you can see we've got 27, 28, and 29 all ready to be planted. So I think that's where we're going to start. Let's jump into the John Deere, and we will go and get attached to our seeder. So we are going to get attached here. We've got some seed bags right next to us here, so thought I might be able to get that filled up while we're in here. So let's see, can I swing it back even closer and get it filled up? Nope, that's not looking like it's gonna work. That's totally fine. So we will swing around over here. We've got fertilizer in one shed, and we've got our seeds in another. So we're gonna go ahead and get this filled up and head off to the field. All right, well, that was quite the adventure. I actually had to end up resetting the piece of equipment here because it would not take any seed. It would take fertilizer, but it was not taking any seed, which was quite odd. So I had to run all the way back up to the store. Thought I had enough seed to get it filled here. Should have obviously bought some seed while I was up there, but it's all right. We are going to finally get going here. So we'll get this dropped down, and we don't want to plant canola, so I actually want to turn that off. And what do we want to put in? So this time of year we can do oats, sunflowers, potatoes, sugar beet. Let's go ahead and just do oats. So we'll get switched over to oats here, and we will then get this turned on, drop down, and here we go. We are officially planting our field. So this is a great feeling to be into the spring, into the part of the calendar where we can actually plant some stuff in our fields. So we will do oats here. We will probably then move on to April before we're planting anything else. I think I want to do some wheat, and we definitely want to make sure that we're planting something that we can end up with straw, so I want to make sure that what we're putting in, we can pull straw off of the field to help out with our cows so that we don't have to buy that anymore. I also want to make sure that we are putting crops in that we can then turn into food for chickens, because we do want to add chickens to the farm. So right now all we can do is oat, which is totally fine, but we will wait until we progress to May before we plant either of the other fields. So we are going to get around the field here. We will take our time in getting this done here. We'll do probably a couple passes down here on the headland so that we can use a worker to help us out. So we will zip around the headland and then go from there. Alright, so we are coming to the end of preparing this field for our worker. What we are going to do here is get this put into place as best we can. Ooh, that was not well done. But what we are going to do is get this dropped down and start off here, make sure that we're lined up, and we're going to get that put onto a worker. So we are going to let the worker take care of this field. And what I want to make sure is that in our settings, we actually are allowing our workers to buy seed and fertilizer, because I want them to be able to take care of that while we are working on some other stuff. So what I actually want to do is, I think what we might want to be doing at this stage is looking at upgrading our New Holland. So I'm going to get up to the store. This has been a great tractor for us, but you can see in the way of small tractors, it's only got 125 horsepower engine, and I believe that's as high as it can go. So we are going to get back up to, oh, well, this might change some things. I was looking at bringing on some sort of truck and semi-trailer for when we are doing our harvesting, because of the amount that we are pulling off of our fields, and the fact that this is in the sale. I was going to wait until we were nearer to harvest, but I don't think that we can pass this up. So we've got, what does this have? 425 horsepower. Yeah, I just don't think that we can pass this up. So let's see. 455, 505. So it goes all the way up to 505 for another 26,000. I think we'll leave it where it is for the time being. And we will just go ahead and buy it as is. So a little bit of surprise purchase here, but that is quite all right because we were going to be purchasing one of these in the near future. So we've got that, and of course we bought one of these earlier, and now there's one in the sale, as well as a self-powered one. So yeah, that kind of changes what we were thinking about doing here. So maybe we'll hold on to the New Holland. It was struggling pulling some of the trailers as we were harvesting last season, but it seems that that's actually gonna be just all right because we are now gonna have that truck. So I think I'm actually just gonna take back over for the worker here and continue to get this field planted with oats. So plans changed rather quickly there, but that's all right. We're gonna pivot and we're just gonna jump back into this oat field here. That was a little bit of a surprise purchase, but like I said, was something that we were looking to bring onto the farm in the future anyway, so may as well get it at a discounted rate. I do think we eventually will need to look for a telehandler. That was kind of the next thing that I was looking to purchase. I think having one of those will really help us out moving bales around, loading the bales into that mixer that we bought for the total mix ration, and will also help us just stop using super strength so much. So will help it make this series a little more realistic. And I think what I might do is use all of the seed that we have here, look at getting one of those telehandlers purchased, and when we bring it back, we'll bring back a whole bunch of seed at the same time, whatever we can hold at that time. So we are just going to continue working this field here, getting the seed put in. So we'll put this onto a bit of a time lapse and see how far we can get before we run out of seed. All right, we are down to our last 35 liters of seed here. So what I'm actually going to do to make sure that progress is still happening while we sort some things out, I'm going to put that onto a worker. We'll get out of the worker's way, and hopefully they continue without any issues. So yes, they are spending money, but like I said, we want to jump into the menu here and get ourselves a telehandler. So we will go ahead and jump into the menu here. I'm really tempted to buy the class here. It's 8.3 tons. It's got 136 horsepower. Let's see. Yeah, these ones are going to be too small, so 101 for 136, 141 for 4,000 more. We're just going to go ahead and go with the class. So combinations, we want to go with a pallet fork. Or do we want to go with the bale fork? We might actually go with both, but let's get this one first. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And then we'll go ahead and buy the class as well. So which wheels do we want to go with? I think those are fine. We will not go with the license plate here. And we will go ahead and purchase that. So 101,000, quite expensive, but it's going to be a huge help around the farm. So let's go ahead and get up to the store. There we go. We've got our new truck, but for the time being, we want to jump in the telehandler, get our pallet fork attached, and then hopefully we can actually, very nice. Hopefully then what we can do is get attached here to our food mixer. There we go. Hopefully it's got the right hitch on it. It does. All right. So we can actually get that attached here, and we are going to make our way back to the farm with our 2 new pieces of equipment. That is great. So we will see you back at the farm. Okay, so we are almost back to the farm here. What we are going to do is get this mixer dropped down next to our other pieces of equipment here. This is making me think that we probably need to add a little bit of a yard over here, maybe put some sort of storage shed up for all this equipment here. But we are going to take our new telehandler, and you can see that we grabbed some bags of seeds while we were up at the store as well, and get over here and get our seeder filled back up. We are gonna let the worker finish up what they're doing on this last pass here, and then we're gonna take over for the worker, and we will get this filled back up with seed and take over and finish the field ourselves. It's nice to have them be able to work while we're doing other things. However, spending all that money on seed is not ideal. So we're actually just gonna go ahead and take over here. We will get back into the telehandler here and hopefully have no issues getting this seed put in. So go ahead and get this stretched out as far as it can go. Oh, maybe not. And all right, we're doing some dancing. So can we refill from there? We can. All right, great. So we will take what we can, get filled back up here. Nice. And we will just start working from here, and when we need more seed, we can come back here and grab it. So I'm going to get into position here. We will clean up what the worker missed over there in the near future, but for the time being, we are just going to get jumped back into planting our oats. So it's going to be great. We're about a third of the way done with this field here. And yeah, a lot of good things here in this episode. We've bought ourselves a semi-truck to help us during the times that we are harvesting so that we can pull some larger trailers. We have bought ourselves a telehandler to help us transport things such as seeds and bales when we start doing some baling work. Also be able to help us fill the mixer that we just bought to create total mix rations for the cows. And we still have over $250,000 in the bank. So a really, really good episode so far. But to finish it out, I think we are going to get put onto one last time lapse here and finish up getting these oats planted. So we will see you at the end of getting this field planted. Welcome back in. As you can see, we are on our last pass here of planting our oat field. It has been a quick process for us to get these into the ground. You can see that there is rain coming and we have beat the rain. I don't believe by much, but we have beat it. I think that once we wrap this up, this is where we are going to end the episode. Next episode, we will be progressing on to April so that we have some more crop options, and we are going to continue to plant our 2 other fields that are cultivated and have had lime applied to them. The thought is that we are going to be doing either wheat, barley, or sorghum so that we have some food for chickens when we bring them on. So that is this field officially planted with oats. So you can see our 2 fields to the left here, and then beyond the barn to the left there are the ones that we will be attacking in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on our Michigan farm.